go live while I'm on a walk. But sometimes life is a bit different than we expect. And so when you know, you know. And I felt it's time to come live on here now. Okay, I'm starting off a 30-day life challenge with today's topic of power, purpose, and pleasure, the 3 pillars of a great life. And so yeah, for the next 30 days, I'll be coming on live here every day, talking to you about all kinds of topics related to that, related to living a great life, related to transformation, related to reclaiming our power, finding our purpose, and living our most pleasure-filled, best life. Okay, today, so we're talking about power, purpose, pleasure. The 3 pillars that are the foundation for a great life. So these are the 3 pillars I work with in my work, that I work with personally, that I have found in over 10 years of being in personal development to be the pillars that really changed my life. Continuous work on all of those 3 levels changed my life. And this is also the pillars, this is also the work that I do with my clients. These are also the pillars I use when I'm helping someone change their lives. Okay, so what does it mean? Power, purpose, pleasure. Well, simply said, there is 3 different aspects of us that are essential for us to find our greatest life. And that is, on one hand, power, our ability to get things done, our ability to believe in ourselves, our ability to step into our power and to reclaim hidden parts of ourselves and remember what we're really capable of, who we really are. So that's our power aspect. And the power within us, and of course, there is always all energies within everything, but the power aspect within us is a bit more related to our masculine energy. So it's the part of us that gets things done. The part of us that is convinced that we can do it, that is absolutely okay with being the badass and going out there and doing the things that need to be done. And who can power through, and who can go through things, and who can do what needs to be done, and who doesn't shy away from a challenge. That's our power aspect within us. And of course, to be able to do that, we have to heal our trauma. We have to heal our old wounds. We have to look at where we are still in patterns of fear and pain and wounding. We're still in patterns of trauma, repeating trauma loops. And then we have to resolve these issues. We have to see where we have cut off parts of ourselves, where we have dissociated parts of ourselves, and bring them back and reintegrate them within our being, so that then we can utilize the full extent of our power, and we can know that we got this. And we can do whatever needs to be done, and we can show up for our life. So that is the first pillar. That is essential, because if we can't show up for our life, if we can't do what needs to be done to live the life that we want to live. Ooh, I got a mosquito in my eye. I think it's out. Okay, if we can't do that, well then all the other work won't do anything for us, right? If I have the right mindset and the right beliefs and all of that, it's great. But if I don't have resolved the trauma in my body, if my nervous system isn't able for me to go out there and do what I need to do, well, the right beliefs will not get me anywhere, because even with those beliefs, I'm not going to go out there and do what I need to do, because the mind doesn't control the body to that extent. If the nervous system blocks, the nervous system blocks. So the trauma wounds need to be healed. I need to reclaim my power. And in that, be in control of my body again, be in control of my nervous system again, be the master of myself again, master of my power. Okay, that's pillar 1. And then we have pillar 2. And pillar 2 is pleasure. And that is because when we look at people who have it seemingly all, they are great at what they do, they are super successful, they have an obvious purpose in their life, they have the power to do what it takes, they have had all the successes, they have the money, they have the fame, they have the success, everything, but they're still severely unhappy. Where do we think that comes from? Well, most cases, it comes from the fact that they are rushing through their life. They're doing all the things, but they have forgotten or not learned what it means to pause and to take it in, to take a breath, to look around, to be grateful, to enjoy the moment, and to see their life as a gift and to see the meaning within it all. They do. They get all the success, they get all the results, but it doesn't feel like it means anything because they're not taking the time to lean back, breathe, and enjoy and give it the meaning. It's that emotional side of us that can actually connect. We rest, we lean back, we breathe, and we connect to the meaning of things. That is where the pleasure comes from. Being present in our body, feeling our feelings, feeling our sensations in the body, and connecting to the meaning of moments. These are also the moments that we remember. When we really allow ourselves to feel in our body, to be in our body, to feel the sensations, to feel the emotions, that's when we anchor in memories. So if you have any great memories of your life and you're looking back and you're being really honest with yourself, there's a pretty good chance that what you remember most of it is how it made you feel. That moment, I felt so good in that moment. Because that is usually exactly what anchors in the memory. Okay, now I have to change arm because my arm is getting tired from holding my phone up. Okay, we're back. That is exactly what anchors in the memory. So, we need to do that. We need to learn to allow the pleasure of our lives, to lean back and to breathe and to enjoy the moment and to look around and to see like what's going on in my life. Like, wow, this is great. Learn to be grateful. Learn to be present with the sensations in your body and learn to be grateful. And that can be simple. That can be as simple as sitting a minute in the sun and feeling the warmth of the sun on your skin. When do you take that time? When in your day do you lean back and sit and let yourself just feel the pleasure of being alive, the pleasure of the breath? Breathing is actually a very enjoyable sensation. If you allow yourself to lean back, breathe deeply, and feel what it feels like in your body when the breath extends your chest and your body and then leaves your body. It feels very nice. But we have to learn to be present with that and to be able to feel those things, to be able to feel safe in being present in the body and feeling all those things. That's where the power piece comes in. Because if we have not reclaimed our power, if we have unresolved trauma, if we haven't healed our wounds, it won't feel safe to be in the body. It won't feel safe to allow the pleasure. That is something very interesting that you find when you work with people on these levels, is that the extent to which people can or cannot handle pain is the same extent to which they can or cannot handle pleasure. Because it's all the same. It's all the same. It's two ends of the same spectrum, but what it is, these sensations, it is always energy. It is always energy. I am sorry, I just got a text and got confused for a moment. I am back. It's energy. So, the pain feeling is energy in our body. The pleasure feeling is energy in our body. Just the way we perceive the sensations is it's different. But pain and pleasure are energy, both. And so, as much pain as we can handle is just as much pleasure as we can handle. So, you don't have to experience more pain to expand your spectrum. You can work with pleasure to expand your spectrum, but you have to expand your spectrum if you want to have a happier life. Because you cannot have a super limited ability to feel pleasure and expect to have a life full of joy and happiness all the time. It's just not going to work. So we got to do the inner work. We got to do the trauma work. We got to do the healing and healing our wounds and making sure that we resolve our trauma, because only then can we actually dive into the pleasure of our existence. And that can be as little as 5 minutes a day if you start. But make it a habit. Make it a habit to lean back, to look around in your life and to appreciate everything that is good in that moment. can be really small. Like I am walking along the river right now, and I just passed a small tree that had incredibly beautiful red leaves. And I could have just passed by it and not have even noticed. But instead, even as I'm talking to you here right now, I passed by and I noticed it, and I took in the beauty, and I felt in my body how nice it feels to allow myself to see the beauty and enjoy it. The pleasure of seeing something beautiful. The pleasure of eating a good meal. Most people eat at least 2 to 3 times a day. When do you ever sit down and you really take the time to enjoy your meal? You take the time to taste every bite and to enjoy every bite. When do we do that? We don't do that enough. When do you actually, in the evening, when you go on your couch to rest, actually enjoy the feeling? Lying down on your couch and giving all your weight to the couch and feeling like I am held, I can rest now, I can breathe deeper. There's so many ways to be grateful in the little things. You don't have to have a perfect life to find gratitude here and there, and to find a good feeling, to find moments of pleasure and joy and happiness and gratitude here and there. You just have to get a habit of looking for those moments. And we are all living in a society where we are trained to hustle, rush, run for your day, do, right? We are way too much masculine energy, and that's actually what the pleasure energy is. It's the more feminine energy, the receptive part of us. It's the more rest and lean back and surrender and trust and feel and enjoy pleasure of life. This is a different kind of power. It's also power, but it's a different kind of power, the ability to actually enjoy the pleasure of being alive. And that is found in the moment, in the breath. You don't even need to have anything else. If you have your breath, you can find pleasure. It's that simple. And so we have to learn that again. We have to learn to slow down, to breathe, to be in the moment, and to find moments of pleasure again, as little as they may be. And if you can do that, if you can make it a habit, 10 times a day, put yourself an alarm or so, and you lean back for those 10 times, for 1 minute, and you find pleasure in that moment for 1 minute. That's 10 minutes a day. You can always do that. In your breaks, whatever. Put yourself an alarm. You will find those 10 minutes. It's 10 times 1 minute per day. You can do that. You will see you develop a new pattern, because your subconscious will learn that there's actually a way of always finding pleasure, always finding joy, always finding a moment of gratitude and feeling good, if you actually want to. And you will notice that you do it without your alarm, automatically more in your life. These moments where you lean back and you just enjoy the moment. And so that's the pillar of pleasure. This is a really important one to develop, because we naturally are taught to actually never utilize it. So, and then we come to the pillar of purpose. And the pillar of purpose is beautiful because it's the balance between the two. It's the balance between this more masculine energy of our power and this more feminine energy of our pleasure. So, purpose is really what comes and what you experience once you have reclaimed your power. You have learned to find the moments of pleasure in your life. You have really made it a habit of enjoying your life and knowing what makes you really happy and what brings you joy. And then what happens is you start having a clear feeling of what you're meant to do in this life. Through the process of reclaiming your power, you remember who you are. Through the process of reclaiming your pleasure, you remember what you're here for, which is to enjoy life. And then the two together lead you to your purpose. The thing that brings you the most pleasure to do in your life. And that is exactly what you're here for. The thing you came here to do. And that is your purpose. And so finding your purpose is really all about this process of coming back to who you are, coming back to understanding why you're here, and then truly following that pleasure, truly following those moments, those intuitions, when you know, like, this is what I love, this is what I enjoy doing. And the thing is, a lot of people misunderstand the concept of purpose. They believe that purpose is something that you do as a job. It's a career. But that's not true. It can be, and for a lot of people it actually is a career. It's the way they make money in their lives, but it doesn't have to be. Your purpose could be to be the best possible mother to your children. For some people that is their purpose, to redefine motherhood, or to be an amazing friend, or to be the kind of person that when people are around, they feel peaceful. No matter how they felt before, you bring peace to their hearts. Like, that can be a purpose. It doesn't have to be career-oriented. Your purpose is that which brings you the most joy to do with your life. That thing that you could do day in, day out, every day of your life, and you would never grow tired of it. It feels fulfilling. It feels like it gives your life meaning. It feels joyful. It makes you happy. That is exactly what your purpose is. And so that's what we want to focus on. When we're looking for a purpose, we want to follow those glimpses of joy and see, if I do more of that, do I ever get tired of it? Oh no, I don't. Okay, this seems to be my thing. And then you'll notice, like, you will feel like your purpose, like your life is purposeful, like you have meaning, you have fulfillment. And that's when the whole three pillars, they start creating that triangle that creates the foundation for your greatest life. Because when we have the feeling of, I can do anything I put my mind to, we have the feeling of, I can enjoy my life no matter the circumstances because I've learned to find pleasure in every moment. And then the feeling of, I know why I'm here and what it is that I'm meant to do with my life. Power, pleasure, purpose. That's when we build the best life. That's when we become unstoppable. I mean, honestly, what could stop us? If I know I can do anything, if I know that I'm invincible and I'm unstoppable, and I know that I can find pleasure and joy in my life in every moment, I can find gratitude, even if I have nothing else but my breath right now. I can find happiness and meaning and a feeling of feeling good. And on top of that, I know why I'm here and I know what gives my life meaning to do in this world. And what makes me feel the most on purpose and alive and like I'm fulfilling my destiny. Well, you already have your great life then. Everything else, the material things you might want, well, they're gonna come eventually, but they won't matter anymore. They're gonna be nice to have, but you'll be fine without them. You'll notice that you'll love your life so much that if you have the material stuff or not, it won't matter. Because you have what it really takes to have a great life, which is being the kind of person that can create anything. And that's what it's really about. And that's what I see what a lot of people misunderstand. When it comes to building the greatest possible life, the greatest possible life does not come from you doing things that bring you outside resources. It's not about you buying the house, having the car, having the career. It's not outside stuff. It's not the great job. It's not the great success that will give you the life you truly want. It's about becoming the kind of person that can live that life. It's becoming the kind of person that leads that life. That's what's going to get you where you want to go. And then the outside stuff doesn't matter. And on top of that, if you have everything you wanted on a material level and you have become the kind of person who creates that kind of life for themselves, you could lose it all tomorrow and you know what? You'd be fine because you'd know your great life does not depend on the material stuff. It depends on the person you are. And then you'll probably go the next day and go get it all again because you can. And you know you can. It's that simple. It's that simple. Okay, guys, I think that was enough for one day. I'm taking this 30-day life challenge really seriously. I'm gonna drop you some truth bombs here every day like that. So if you're enjoying it, stay tuned for tomorrow. We're gonna drop another truth bomb. I don't know yet what about, but it's gonna be awesome. And if you enjoyed this and you like this and you think there's someone in your life who could use this, and who could profit from this, please feel free to share. And yeah, if you have any opinions on the matter, anything you want to share with me, drop it in the comments below. I'm going to save this video now. And thank you for being here. It was great to speak to you and to see you. And I'm going to see you tomorrow. Have a beautiful evening. Bye.